Hello, welcome back to Improvement, the show by SCT Improve. Getting into our next game, which is going to be another TvZ. Magic, our red town player, in at the top left, right hand corner. And in the top left hand corner, our blue Zerg player, Mr. Draneo. So, intrigued to see what these guys are going to go for. The replay was submitted by our town player. Again guys, please do give us a follow on the Twitch channel if you want to see when we do go live with events. If you don't know what SCT Improve is, do check us out in the chat channel SCT Improve on EU Battle.net or at www.sctimprove.org. Game just getting rolling here as we actually see command center first out of Magic. A little bit greedy, but in this kind of game he's not going to get punished for it too badly. Immediately his opponent's going hatch first, and you know the drone guy's going to see the command center first, but he's already got his pool down, so he's not going to be able to go free hatch before pool. If anything, the drone's just going to be able to be a little bit annoying on the SCV building that command center, more or less, and just try and pick that off. Yeah. Another SCV is pulled, but again, he's kind of delayed that for just a little bit, so every little does count, and does help out, of course. And that command center is just about finishing up. The hatchery finishing up for the Zerg player as well as Magic just come in to scout right now. He's going to check for gases more than anything. Again, seeing that gas can kind of tell you what your opponent's going to go for. Once he's seen the gas, he's going to be able to kind of have a look around and see exactly what he might think of doing next if he doesn't see it. But seeing no gas, probably going to be able to check around for the third hatchery pretty soon. We'll see if he does throw that down. Double racks follow-up was the call of the day from Magic, and we'll see what else he wants to do. He's going to actually add on his gases, which could have been a little bit faster, I do believe, because I do a build like this, and I think you can get them about 20 seconds faster. So Magic somewhere maybe messed up just a little bit. In fact, it's probably because he's got a depot a little bit too early on. So that depot can come a bit later, and you can get your 2 gases a little bit faster, which gets your tech up, of course, a little bit faster than upgrades going a little bit sooner. A little bit risky having just the 3 Marines out here. If 8 Lings were made, they could have been killed off pretty easily, so because they would have hit quite a while ago. But so maybe keeping the I like to keep my Marines on the top of the ramp or so, and maybe just hide them behind somewhere you can kind of micro them nicely or hide them as much as possible. So our Zerg player's still not taking any gases. He'll probably be looking to do that soon, and then taking about 7-minute-ish third. More than anything, he started with Spank Ball, and there we go, there are the 2 gases at the 6-minute mark. It's actually going for 4 gases at the 6-minute mark, so it could be just a really fast tech up into kind of Muta, or not necessarily into Muta, but into Lair at least. As we do see more Marines continuing to stroll on down, as we do see third racks and a factory being added on. Second factory too, so don't know if that was a mistake. Again, maybe you'd like to see a tech lab down. There's an engineering bay. Maybe see a tech lab down, start seeing stim or something coming up nice and quickly. See some marauders come out, or at least the capability of going marauder, just in case of kind of roach push early on, which would be hitting about this time. So just little things like that can really help out. Just little tweaks to the build in general. But as we continue in the game, we do see the reactor tech lab going down on these racks, and we're going to see what this factory is going to be used for. Nothing as of yet. The engineering base is just finishing up as well. With all this tech kind of starting to come out on the field, probably going to want to see a third gas coming down from our Terran player, because it's about that kind of time where if you're going to have engineering base, stim, starting, +1, factory, probably going to want to start a starboard soon, you're going to need a third gas pretty quickly, maybe even a 4th. See the double Evo chamber, oh sorry, double Evo chamber player coming out of our Zerg. Still no third hatchery. He's actually making a macro hatch, which I'm pretty intrigued about. His lairs on the way, and he did get him. He might just be going up very fast meters, but I really don't understand why to take the macro hatch instead of the kind of third base over here. Especially when you've already got the creep kind of over there, you're not going to be in that much of a bad situation trying to defend, etc. And when you've seen your opponents not necessarily gone for kind of early Hellions, seeing these racks come up. Starport Hellions down on the way. I do believe a good game to kind of emphasize this kind of build is BB Yong against some Zerg against Sulky on Antigua Shipyard from Pro League. It was a pretty sick game, and this is the build he used, so if you're looking for a way to maybe refine the build a little bit, you can check out that game. 4 Hellions now out, they're going to be able to take some map control as the starport starts up a reactor of its own, and would have obviously seen the starport being built on the reactor of the factory. Again, you can get pretty much everything that's out right now, can be gotten a little bit earlier for the Terran player. But then again, the Zerg Fid can be taken a little bit earlier too, so Rotron going to come down from draneo. He's seen a few lit Hellions, so maybe a little bit of an overreaction in terms of getting the Rotron, but he's got some lings out. He's starting with some Banelings too, so he's going to be ready for any kind of bio pressure attack, which is good because, you know, he did scout that there was the possibility of that. He saw them early barracks. And these Hellions, a little bit of a wasted scan, you know, they only got 1 creep tuner for that, so a little bit of a should he really have done that, but not the end of the world. They can maybe take that tower there if they want to, but then in fact it's going to come all the way back home for now. As more Hellions continue to pop out, so Magic going to just play kind of like bio Hellion, it would seem. First 2 medevacs coming out as well, and just missing combat shields for now. Apart from that, he's got his +1 armor starting up, and no sign of a third base actually, so third base could come up. Would nice be all the TvZs we see today, these guys just taking really late third bases. So again, you can do all this kind of stuff like with a third base so much earlier, so anyway, a lot of Hellions coming out. You know, the Roaches may be a good choice in the end here because of the heavy Hellion count that was built up here. The Lings and Banelings are going to start coming in, and these Hellions need to try and snipe them Banelings here. As we do actually see just stimming in here. It would be really nice if the Terran player maybe had some scans to stop clearing some creep, but it looks like he's got more than enough here to just continue pushing through. And it looks like he will be able to take out them Queens. Now there is some Hellion Banelings still on the top of that ramp, and is the Terran player paying attention? Loses few of them Marines, but he's still got enough here to continue fighting. The most important thing is he's still got a lot of the Hellions here. Should be able to pick off a lot of the Lings which are coming in to reinforce. 40 Lings about to pop out there. The problem is the Hellions are on pretty low health, and even the drones are starting to take them down, so Magic right now, he forced a lot of units, and now he's actually going to end up losing the rest of his army. Didn't even lift up his medevac, so a nice attack though, could have been just perfected a little bit better by maybe lifting up in the medevacs with 16 units left and so on, but he got his third base up behind this, which is one of the most important things to do. Now he just needs the fourth gas, get the armory and the engineering bay down, and add on some extra racks, which is exactly what he's doing. So he's playing this out nicely, starting up his conquest shots as well, still continuing with this kind of Hellion Marine rewarded medevac style. It's a nice little cool style to see. These 2 medevacs coming back home, of course, and yeah, starting to mule up that third base, which is so important. If we look at the income tab, we can see he's only 10 workers behind, which means he's pretty much in a sick position. The Zerg player, if we look at his vision, he's not really seen much since the start of the game. Terran player, he hasn't really scanned or anything, so he doesn't know if Lairs up, he doesn't know what kind of text coming out on the map either. He doesn't know that his opponent's actually going straight up to Broodlords without even getting infestors here, so a little bit of a greedy play in fact from draneo, going for the kind of Broodlords, not even getting in pathogen glands, so a little bit interesting. Planting Fortress at the third is a bit of an overcommitment in my opinion. It's always better if you can make that a kind of third orbital, for example. And Magic right now just kind of sitting around with this army at his ramp. Again, if you just sit with your army down here pre-split, then you're never going to lose that third base unless you lose your whole army, so just little things to look out for. He needs to start rallying to his third base as well, because he's a little bit oversaturated there in his natural. So he could just be coming back home, boxing over, saying, oh, 6 too many workers, cool. Oh, 6 few workers, oh, cool. And now I'm saturated, now I can stop SCV production, so little things like that always help. Adding on some more add-ons to them racks. At this point in the game, probably wants to think about starting with a 4th base to get that going in about 16 minutes. Probably wants to think about adding on some extra barracks too. Right now though, Corruptors are on the way to the Great Aspire 2, and again, just no vision inside the main base, so not even attempting to see when that hive's come down and what kind of tech's coming out. So, pretty interesting that there's infestation pits finally going to start getting infestors out of it. The Z player kind of needs a 4th base, which is what he's taking now. He needs to get the gases there more than anything, because the gas is kind of what he needs, because otherwise he's not really going to make that many broodlords. He's going to be able to make about 3 broodlords right now, so, or more. He can make some broodlords, but he's not going to have any infestors to back it up, which is always a problem as well. Draneo, you know, he's kind of sat here with these banes. There's quite a few banes on the map, and for no tank force, that's actually a little bit of a scary thought. Scan now sees Corruptors, so he knows broodlords must be coming up pretty soon. So Magic has this little bit of a timing here where you can hit before broodlords, and it's a nice timing. The infestors are coming out, but there's already a very nice spread. But oh, nice fungal. The 2 best fungals probably possible there out of the 2 fungals available, and Magic is probably actually going to get, well, he doesn't get cleaned up completely, but he's going to 34 more lings, probably going to be able to actually finish off the cleanup. These Corruptors going to run away and try and morph into broodlords. Vikings in production. Would like to see maybe just a couple more starports being started up as well, just to continue the production against the broodlords, which are kind of imminent now that you've seen them Corruptors. You know, he's not just getting Corruptors to snipe the medevacs. These units all kind of blocked up and surrounded, which means that the fungal growth's going to try and bring them down, but again, so many medevacs actually keeping them alive for a long time. So Magic with another nice attack here. Macro slipping behind this oh my god. Macro slipping behind this is the one problem for him right now. Again, a 4th base would be nice. A few more racks. Needs to go up to kind of like 11 racks now. So Magic, he's got Vikings on the way. He's kept these medevacs alive, which is very important when playing Bio. The one thing we haven't seen much of him do is try and drop, for example. Dropping in the main base, maybe while that attack was going on, could have picked off maybe the spawning pool, the infestation pit, maybe even the Great Aspire. At the same time, maybe just trying to get a little bit more map control down this side of the map, see where that opponent's 4th base is, maybe send a drop over there to try and pick it off as well. So again, Magic could be a little bit more active with his Bioforce in terms of drops. But other than that, he's been picking some really nice engagements so far, and right now the only problem is he doesn't really have enough starports, and that's kind of because he doesn't really have a 4th base up yet, and he doesn't have that extra gas running at his natural, kind of forgetting that. So there's the 4th base coming down. Magic going to max out before his opponent, but the problem is that his opponent's maxing out on the Broodlord Infestor army. It's not scary yet, it's only a few Broodlords, it's only a few Infestors, but very soon it's going to become a little bit troublesome. Still going to come down to the engagement though. I mean, if Magic splits perfectly, these Baners aren't going to do anything, and then Broodlords are just going to get evaporated. But if he gets caught by a couple of bad fungals, a couple of bad Baner hits, he's going to find himself in a pretty tough position, not really going to be able to get close enough to the Broodlords and so on. So more Baners being morphed in from Draneo, feeling the need for that now. Starting with 5th base of his own, he's really good at expanding in this game, and being able to keep this 4th base up has been pretty important for him as well. So right now Magic just chilling out with this Marauder. He's kind of stopped he's got a few Hellions still, so the Hellions can still be useful, but you know, they don't have the best kind of upgrades. 0-0 against 3-3 isn't going to really do that much damage. And now actually Magic starting to run in pretty much the wrong direction, not splitting his army at all. There's the splits coming in now, and again would have been better to split, but the Baners are rolling in. The Vikings are starting to get fungal, but it's not going to be enough, and all them Broodlords are just going to get absolutely evaporated. As we said, if them Baners and fungals don't hit enough, then quite frankly the Broodlords are just going to die, and that's exactly what's happened here. An Infestor gets taken down before fungal can go off, another Corruptor dies as well, and Magic taking an outstanding lead in this game as he pushes across the map to pretty much pick off the 4th, maybe even pick off the 3rd base, and just start making game-ending damage to his opponent. So here we go, the Marines, the Maurers, the Vikings, the Medevacs, the Paladins all coming in here. Going to be able to stay up here, going to be able to run in. A few Balins starting up, but they're not quite ready yet. The Broodlords are going to morph just in the nick of time, but it's not going to be in time at all, because quite frankly there's just nothing here to defend from our Zerg player, and Magic can be able to take the game. GGG is called beforehand. I know there's a few things to talk about there. I mean, initially, kind of, again, the build could have been refined a little bit better. I really feel like you can fit in a faster 3rd command center with that. In terms of building command centers, that 4th command center could have been up a lot sooner as well. And little things like that kind of help you in the late game, because there's a point where it kind of looked like, oh, are you really going to have enough to continue this? But other than that, there's kind of when you're fighting over here, getting surrounded by the units, you can lift up and then just get out. He doesn't have enough fungals to keep your medevacs there, so just lift up, get out, save the units. Your next attack's just going to come that 16 supply faster, so... Other than that, playing kind of Bio-Hellion is kind of cool, but... Again, drops just something that could be utilised so much more. The medevac count can maybe be capitalised on a bit more. And maybe a couple more starports as well. There's one more, but maybe go up to 3 starports or something. Even 4 if you're going to start adding Ravens as well, so... A lot of different things that could have been changed a bit for Magic. Could have helped him out a bit. As well as saving his first scan early on to clear out the creep as he pushed in. That'd help out too because it just delays the creep spread for the rest of the game. So good game for Magic. We're going to move on to our next replay here in just a second, so guys stay with us and we'll be back in just a few moments time.